Hi, I'm Elliott. I play guitar for Blessthefall, and this is how music saved my life. I think I was about 14 or 15 years old when I came out of middle school, went to high school. I just started going to local shows and stuff, and I was the kid in the halls that play acoustic guitar, and so when I was about that age is when I started seeing my friends start bands and stuff, and that was when I was like, hey, this is really cool, and nobody knows what this is, and we're having these little house shows and stuff. I had some issues with suicide in the past, and all throughout middle school I went to counseling and did that, and I had to watch, and I had to be careful. I was just a very depressed person, and that all kind of brought me out of where I was at, having that and having friends that were into this, and it was a positive environment, and having that union and companionship with that really it just it made it so there was kind of a light at the end of the tunnel for that, because there's some days where you just look at it and you just feel like everything's just gone to the wayside, and that was really a big thing that brought me out of it. It was my parents separated, my life kind of felt like it was going to crap. There's just things in my household, really personal things, is just tearing things apart, and I didn't have any siblings. I'm an only child, and literally it was just I don't know how I got there, but I just, there was nothing I could do, and I was taking medication, and I was doing counseling, and I was just literally just spiraling down the road. And at that year, I was writing I just thought that was my life. I thought that was the time, and that I'm not just another teenager that they just want to write me off and say I'm going through a phase. And I was just I'm not here to cut myself and do this. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for real. And that was just my mentality, and it was a really hard thing to get through, and when you say, did the scene help you? Yeah, definitely. There was just it gave me friends. It gave me an opportunity to really to take a step back and see it for what it is. I think the thing that did it was my aunt. It's really hard to talk about. My aunt shot herself, and I remember going to her funeral and seeing my dad cry. And that was a huge thing for me to knock me out of it. And I felt so selfish that I had played with it like it was a game, oh, today's the day, today, I'm depressed and all this. But when that happened, that was a big thing for me to okay, there are people on their deathbeds praying to have another day, and I'm sitting here, just throwing it away. And I just felt selfish, and it kind of made me whoa, and so that was a huge thing for me. You know what? Your friends are the ones that are there for you. You put yourself in this corner, and you just feel like you're such I just felt I always almost had envisioned it I was just in darkness, and that I was so down that I was just unreachable, and that at the extent to where I was in a well. And people were and I was stuck, and people were trying to pull me out, and I would walk away because I was so stuck in this that I didn't want to do it. And literally, friendship and family really, I know the last thing you want to do is oh, I hate my mom, I hate my dad, but you don't hate your dad and you don't hate your mom. Those people are there, and they're precious to you, and when later on in your life you're going to realize that. And it's a very serious thing, and it really hits home for me with that. And I'm very thankful that I was able to step back and see that, because that was the only thing. And confiding into my friends and having that shoulder to bring me out, and finally okay, reaching up and trying to pull myself out was the big thing for me. So music was huge on that. I had a girl that was cutting when we were doing guitar lessons at Band Happy, and I stopped the lesson, and I told her, I was you need to knock that off, you stop, and not in a malicious way, but totally amicable. But she came back anyway this year, and she had told me that you saved my life. You told me about some personal things, and it really changed me, and I stopped cutting. And I get notes and stuff that say I'm self-harm free and all this, and I just don't understand this year in particular, and compared to last year, I find that I've gotten razor blades and notes and stuff, and this is something that not just for me, that I know this is happening to a lot of bands, and I don't know if it's something that people are trying to do. I was literally just talking about this, where I feel kids are well, they're gonna remember me if I'm the razor blade kid, that cut themselves because that's what they're gonna, and it's like not in the right way. Your favorite singer's not gonna remember you because you cut yourself. He's gonna, because he wants to help you. You know, that's not how you do it like that. You know, like they just want to be remembered and they want to like be closer to the people that they confide in, because those are the same people that bring them out of the darkness, but they're doing it in the wrong way. Like, it upsets me because it's like you know, kids will say like, hey, you guys wrote a song like called and Don't Say Goodbye, and it's changed my life and it saved me and all this. And it's like, I didn't save you. You saved yourself. I didn't stop you from putting a razor there. I told you things. I encouraged you not to. You're the one that had the strength. So when kids are like, oh, you saved me, like I appreciate what you're saying, but I didn't save you. You know, you saved yourself.